somebody took your phone. To this day, we have no idea.
My vows were on my phone. I'm in the back, like, taking some cold medicine. I don't know, that was the coolest moment of my life. Dun 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 dun, Chef Handsome. You gotta clean up. Zach cleaned up his mess.
What?
All right, we're each gonna make our own pasta.
Yes.
I don't think I've actually ever made homemade pasta. Like, this way. I'm thinking we should at least do 2 eggs each. You just think 2 eggs each?
Yeah.
Oh no, critical error.
Bummer.
Learn from my mistakes, Kyle. My egg well wasn't big enough. So fun.
Yeah. And you didn't roll your sleeves up all the way.
I didn't. I just woke up from a nap. His didn't. Oh no!
Mine's a volcano. That's what I'm going for.
Do you like pasta?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite type of pasta?
Mac.
Oh, we could talk about our wedding right now.
Sure.
So basically, this is something we meant to do like a year ago. The day before the wedding, we went to set up, we got married at a church building, and us and our families were setting up at the church building. It was February 28th. I ended up going on a lot of errands with one of my aunts, and you were working on our wedding slideshow?
Yes.
Well, at that point, that's when we kind of realized that there's only so much we can do, and so
It's just like any other wedding setup. Like, it's kind of stressful. It's the day before.
yeah, and we get to like about 8 o'clock at night.
Some family members are like, so what else do we need to do? Like, are we done? Well, moms are, no, we're not even close. We're just getting started.
And then suddenly, like, my aunt and my sister are like, what are you even doing here? The bride and groom never come to help set up. And I was like, wait, what?
We've been here all day.
I didn't know it was an option to not set up for it. Like, nobody told me it wasn't an option. I just, like, assumed that I would be there. Like,
We've been there all day.
And
so for them to, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Oh.
like, my sister was like, oh, yeah, you know, I was just home making cookies while everyone was setting up for my wedding. And I'm like, what? But it was just kind of like, what? No one told us this was even an option. Then kind of around that same time, our bridal party shows up, and we didn't really have a real bridal party. We just had ring bearers, ushers, and a flower girl, and those are our favorite people in the world. We love them so much. And so the flower girl had actually just gotten glasses. She was 3. It was so fun watching her practice. We would tell her, like, all right, you know, when the music starts, you're gonna throw the flowers on the ground. And we'd been talking about this for months with her, and she was so excited to wear her wedding dress and throw flowers on the ground at church.
Throw flowers at church.
And she would ask all the time, is it my wedding yet? And can Kyle come? Can Kyle come too? And at the time she would say Kyle kind of like cow. I'd go over to see her and play with her, and she'd be like, can Kyle come too? Can Kyle come to my wedding? So we're calling that as we have an official invite to her wedding years from now. A rehearsal with her was just the cutest because we told her to throw it on the ground, and we had like the aisle runner throw it on the paper, and if she got any on the ground, then she would stop and pick them up. And you know, she's 3, so we didn't even really know at the end of the day if these kids were gonna perform or not, and we didn't care. Like, we love them so much, we were prepared for whatever they might do. It was just the cutest thing. And I had made her a flower crown because I did all the flowers for the wedding. I did all the boutonnieres. I believe it's a Vietnamese tradition that like all the family gets boutonnieres, so I'd made like 50 boutonnieres. And then, you know, stuff for flower girl, bridal party. When they left, it was about like 9 maybe, or like 8:40, and I just got hit with this wave of sickness. It just came on so suddenly. Like, I don't know if it was just, this was something that months and months, everything had been leading up to, and then finally, you know, got to the point where, you know, there's nothing more I can do, and my body just like shut down. But I went home, and I was so sick. I was like, I don't know if I can make it to my wedding tomorrow. At the time, COVID was just barely beginning to be a thing, and I don't think I had COVID. I never got tested because that wasn't even a thing at that point. I never went in to get checked for antibodies afterwards because that wasn't really a thing until much later, and I figured they'd be gone, and I also didn't want to know. Do you need more egg? You want to like split one? Because that's all we have. Let's split this one. I think that should be enough for both of us, right? Should I just like pour it here?
Sure.
That night, you came home to our apartment, actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was that the first or the second night you stayed in our apartment?
Maybe the second.
And at that point, we just had the bed set up. There was still a hole in the shower. We had just barely gotten access to the other rooms, so I don't even think we had anything in the other rooms, except just like boxes in one room, the bed and boxes in the other, and I think that was it. And then there was no mirror here, was there?
Correct.
And so Kyle like woke up the next day for our wedding, and he goes to his folks because they live across the street, and he's trying to get ready for his wedding.
So was everybody else.
And so he told me that you were actually like worried that you wouldn't be able to look in the mirror for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Morning of for me, I was still sick. Most of my family left before me. Did you drive separately?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a 30-minute drive for Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all met up for family pictures.
That went well.
Except for...
Somebody took your phone. To this day, we have no idea.
No idea what happened to my phone. It was really silly, but also not, because my vows were on my phone. And by just some luck, before, I think I was driving my brother and my grandma to pictures. And so right before I got out of the car, I just texted them to Kyle just in case. And I told him, you know, don't look at these. I'm just gonna text these just in case. And if I hadn't done that,
It would have just been more stressful. Thankfully, we found it right before.
someone just came and handed it to me. So we still have no idea who took my phone, because I had it in my coat pocket for pictures. We were outside. I put my coat on a picnic bench, and we were just at a different church building, so there's nowhere there but our people. And yeah, someone took my phone. We don't know who. We don't know anything. Except we got it back, but I still ended up reading my vows off of Kyle's phone. But let's see, our ceremony, we kept it really small. I can't even tell you who was there.
We did a open house reception where people could just come and go as they please. There's a little bit of a time crunch of let's get the wedding over with, just in case. We don't want people to be offended that they weren't invited to the wedding.
So we had kind of a small and a quick ceremony, and that's what we had asked our officiator for, the quick ceremony. I'm in the back like taking some cold medicine. Were you just standing there, or?
Yep.
The person who was supposed to give the DJ the sign to play the wedding, the DJ couldn't see, so. This is what mine looks like. And that's Kyle's. I might get out some olive oil just in case. The flower girl and the ring bearers did awesome. Because you got to see the flower girl's performance more than me. You want to talk about that?
I think she would throw and then take a step, take a couple steps, and then throw again, and take a couple steps.
She adjusted to the spotlight pretty quickly, I hear.
Yes, at first, the night before, she was very nervous, and
we didn't know if she was going to be able to do it.
but then once we told her, all eyes are on you, everybody's going to be watching you. Oh.
I knew this.
Oh yeah, cool.
And I think it was kind of one of those things where she just kept on going, and her mom had to be like, all right, all right, last one. So that was silly. And then my dad walked me down, and I don't know, that was the coolest moment of my life.